In the 14th century, beyond the reach of the Black Death, one culture flourished. In West Africa, a remote kingdom controlled most of the Western world's gold. In 1352, Ibn Battuta, the greatest traveler of the age, set off across the Sahara to see for himself the Empire of Mali. He crossed the desert with a salt caravan. Salt allowed the people of Mali and their animals to survive the ferocious heat.
Salt is dug out of the ground in huge slabs. Camel trains arrive and carry it away. The Malians exchange salt for money, as we would exchange gold and silver.
Salt is traded here still, carried by camel as it was in the 14th century. Mined in the north, the salt moved south to be exchanged for fortunes in gold dust. Merchants came to Mali from all points of the horizon. In a single year, one writer recorded over 12,000 camels on just one of the roads. Once in Mali, Ibn Battuta traveled on its main highway, the river Niger.
When we arrived at the arm of the river, I saw 16 beasts with enormous bodies. I said to Abu Bakr, "What beasts are these?" And he said, "These are horses of the river, hippopotami." The boatmen feared them and came in close to the shore so as not to be drowned by them.
In the 14th century, the Great Mosque of Jenny stood at the heart of Mali's empire. Here, Ibn Battuta found familiar ways of life and routines of prayer. Malian cities like Timbuktu and Jenny were famed throughout the Muslim world. Their mosques, libraries and schools were gathering places for Islamic intellectuals. Their texts were adorned with the source of Mali's wealth, gold. Gold also paid for royal magnificence, the court poetry and music in praise of the ruler.
They are the most humble of men before their king. When he calls one of them, the man invited takes off his clothes and wears patched clothes, takes off his turban and puts on a dirty cap. He advances in humility like a beggar. He hits the ground with his elbows. He hits it hard. When the Sultan sits in council, drums are beaten, bugles sounded.
In Mali today, people still celebrate the great 14th century king, Mansa Musa. Everything about him, they say, exuded majesty. His stately gait, his wives, concubines and attendants, the way he talked to the people, only through a spokesman. Mali's traditional storytellers, the Jalis, still sing in praise of their most powerful ruler. Mali's wealth paid for an army and military expansion. The strength of the Mansa's army was cavalry. Mali's mounted soldiery survive still in terracotta. Heavy-lidded aristocrats with protuberant lips and up-tilted heads, crowned with crested helmets, ride on elaborately bridled horses. The power of these warriors established the Mansa's rule over the desert, grasslands and forest of West Africa. As the empire grew, so did its control of precious trade routes. Mali's merchants followed in the footsteps of the Sultan's soldiers. Wealth flowed through the marketplace. In the markets of the south, Ibn Battuta saw the gold he had been looking for. Here it was, in abundance, traded pound for salt. But the Malians kept the source of their gold a closely guarded secret. Outsiders heard only rumors and fables. It grew like carrots. It was brought up by ants in the form of nuggets. It was mined by naked men who lived in holes. Probably the real place of origin was the upper reaches of the Niger, as it is today. The kings of Mali took all the nuggets in tax and left the goldsmiths with the gold dust. Legends of Mansa Musa's wealth became so well known in Europe that when the king was depicted in the most famous map of the age, the Catalan Atlas, he was holding a gold nugget. But the legends were shown to be true. During Mansa Musa's pilgrimage to Mecca, his extravagance inflated the economies of the towns he visited. The passage of his caravan of gold was remembered for years.